Okay, I think we left off on the Opel talking about making a fixture for the other body to get blasted. So over the weekend, Jason finished up the fixturing for the Opel. So this area here bolts up to where the trailing arms would bolt up. And it's, as you can tell, it's kind of at a slight angle to go with the slight angle of the car so it doesn't hit with anything. And then up here, which obviously this is fully adjustable. And then this guy fits right up in between here where the cradle bolted. And then you have yourself a rotisserie. So the goal now is we're gonna load this rotisserie up, take it out to our buddies that does the dustless blasting, and we'll reassemble it out there, lift the car up, bolt it under the other body so it can be blasted. So then in turn, the body can be brought back here and figure out what pieces need to be cut off this car to save the other nicer body, because it does have a little bit of damage. And that should be about it and get us where we need to be on this car. Some other progress we'll probably have this week is getting the Model A back together, which I do believe he's got all the stuff up here to fix it. And we think we know the misfire issue, which if you go back to some previous videos and watch the early ones, we have a couple of videos where we're test driving it for the first time, as well as when we did the exhaust. There's a miss that we couldn't figure out. We've tried a few different things and I'm pretty sure we have it figured out now. I mean, we'll know more when we get it back together, but look to see that in the video for this week as well. And I guess the reason I'm going over everything is because it's Monday morning and we're kind of at a standstill right now, waiting on some things. And then 34, hopefully this week we'll be getting the front fenders worked, so then we can, which I disassembled the hood, which is why it looks like this. It's just sitting on there because it's ready to be pulled apart. Yeah, hopefully have it ready for wet sanding and then priming the last few bits for it. And then you'll probably see a little bit of sanding and stuff on the 54 Corvette finally. We're about ready to jump back on the body. So ought to be a pretty interesting week as well as next week. So I should have some pretty good content coming for you. And hopefully we can get a little bit more filming of like the process of actually working on stuff, because usually we don't have anyone to film, so it's hard to get footage of things. We usually just get it when we're done and then have to go explain what we did. So hopefully include a little bit more of the actual building stuff in this one. So we'll see. All right, guys, going out to get the rotisserie put on the Opel body. Got it all loaded up in the truck with our fixture as well as the bolts. All right, we're out here at our buddy's. Car's about ready to get blasted, and we're taking the last few things off we got to get off. Grading's on the door panels. I just pulled the back badges off, and then next we are going to have to get the glass out the back and the windshield out of the front, and probably door handles and some of this chrome trim as well. So we'll probably film a little bit of us doing some stuff out here, and then probably the next time we'll see it, it should be blasted. Probably end up being just as bad as the other car. So, well, actually I need to do a little walk around. Haven't done that yet. So you can see this is all Bondo through here. Let's see where else. This door, yeah, I think it's kind of separated right there as well. I got some gnarly stuff up under here. So, yeah. Oh, wow, that's really bad. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, this car may not end up being any better than what we got already. Here's a pretty sick patch job. If you guys need any work done, we can call whoever did that. So, well, we'll see how it turns out. Damn it. Got all the chrome trim off. Got both glasses out. And the front bumper off. So it is now ready to be blasted. All right, we're back on the truck for a little bit. Taking a little break from the Opel. Doing a little filming on that later when we go out and get back on the other body. We have to go back out, get the glass out of it, and some other little things. So I'll kind of work all that footage in as well. But in one of the older videos, I talked about the master cylinder that was on there and how it sat with the lines butted right up against here, so you couldn't make anything work. So we got our new master cylinder, which has the opposite exit lined on the towards the passenger side instead of having them on the driver's side like that one. The flanges are a tad different, which we had to modify this one pretty extensively to work with our adapter. This one won't need as much, just a little cleaning up on the holes to fit the studs, and then a little bit right here to clear some washers, which as you can see I'm using these nice Mac deburr tools. These are expensive, but well worth it if you plan on doing any type of metal work like that. So I'll toss this thing in here right now and kind of show you what we're up against. And then after I modify this thing and get it bolted up, it should allow me to see where I need to put the brake lines and stuff like that. So we'll try to toss this thing in here real quick. Try to set myself up right here. So as you can see, here's the adapter that Jason had to make to work with a new style master cylinder. This PCC bolted on the front with these Allens. And then here's the two studs that the actual master cylinder bolts up to. So, as you can see, it goes on pretty well. Just need to modify that to clear those studs or the actual Allen bolt heads, but this should be about where it sets. And we don't want it angling down, so we might have to remake an adapter to get this master cylinder up more instead of aiming down. But as you can tell, I got quite a bit more room to run lines coming out here. So brake pedal will only come down about this far, and clutch is obviously out of the way. You won't have to deal with it hitting anything. As you can see, the arm kind of coming down there, which hits the lid, but the clutch won't come down that far once you get the actual clutch and stuff in there. So it looks like we'll be good. We'll pull this back out and continue modifying it and hopefully get this thing in by the end of the day. So tomorrow we can actually get it hooked up and start making lines. We're back from getting the Opel body all stripped down, and I mentioned, I'll probably insert some clips before this of the Vette, pulling in or after, whichever. But I think in the last videos, I informed that we had a 69 Vette coming in. It's actually a 73, but we got started on it today. Really clean car. It's 4-speed with a small block. Really clean interior. A little dark in here right now. But Larry started the fuel injection swap. Got the coolant temp sensor in it. Got the throttle linkage and bracket and stuff to work with the factory style bracket. I had to do a little fabricating on it. But yeah, got that all sat down on there. Looking pretty good. And I do believe, here's the tank with the kit you can buy. It's pretty sweet. Powder coated already. Everything ready to go. He's got all the stuff laid out to get the thing wired up and all the new sending unit and pump and all that in it. And I think that's really about it. It should be really cool. So like I said, being that Larry's doing it, he's just going to do his thing, and I'll kind of just film little updates here and there. You probably won't see a lot of work on it till it's done. But I figured since everyone's gone, I'd just do a little update on how we've gotten it on there, and then might have a few little clips of it in the finishing stage. But then when it's all done, we'll have it fired up and show you all what we did. And also, while I think about it, here's the self-learning, the PCM, the controller and the screen slips in there. Pretty neat. So once we do all that, we'll kind of show you guys how it works and the setup and everything like that. So it should be pretty neat. A little update on the fuel injection stuff. Got their O2 sensor put in. Pretty neat little setup. Just drill a 3/4 inch hole and put this little plate in that follows the contour of the exhaust with a gasket, and put these T-bar clamps on there. Snug them down, got the wiring ran up there. Here's our factory hard line, the feed line for the fuel. And we use some, let's see, where's that filter at? Standard, I think it's a GM fuel filter, and use some compression fittings for that, just because that's how they wanted this one done, and it's going to be serviceable. So normally we would run a full new line, but got the tank all ready. Got the new pump in. Got our feed and return lines marked, so that's ready when we get it up in there. Got the sending unit trimmed to fit and all in there and ready to go. Got the wires ran. And then when the tank strap goes in, this side has this little bridge for the strap to ride on. And then that's where that rides, right over through here. So probably do another little video when this is finished up. Got everything down and out of the way to put the tank back up in it. So we'll probably film, this is Friday, so probably Monday when we'll be firing it up, or Tuesday, we'll film a little bit more then. All right, guys, got the tank up in the Corvette. See if we can even see it. There's the new tank. This is just the vent line, that's why it's hanging down. Wiring for the fuel pump and the sending unit ready to be hooked up. And we got the feed line and the return line ran down the factory location, which you can kind of see it hanging. We haven't tied any of it up just yet. So come next week, probably Monday or Tuesday, this thing should be firing up and making it work. So this will probably have it running next week's video.